mentioned, you are embarking on a new adventure, which is so exciting. Indiana Fever, back in the Midwest.
Yeah.
And I just have to bring this up because I saw a little clip of you on WNBA. You know where I'm going. WNBA All-Star Game.
Oh, this is a good clip, okay? I was like, where is she going with this?
Now, another Indiana Fever player, soon to be teammate, Caitlin Clark. Have you heard of her? You happened to have a little interaction with her, and it was said that you were potentially asking her to come to Phoenix.
I totally was.
And maybe the joke was on us because maybe she was asking you to come to the Fever.
No, maybe I just put an atmosphere and it happened. But how funny is that? Like I never really even saw myself leaving Phoenix. It was my new home away from home. I have a great off-court situation. I've built a lot of fun relationships out there. And yeah, I was like, hey, like, what do we need? No, come on, how do you get out of here? But it's funny now that, I told the people upstairs, I was like, I will be her Sabrina Carpenter any day to her Taylor Swift. Like, I am so excited for this. And I just think, honestly, she's just a great human too. She has a lot of pressure and a lot of eyes on her shoulders, and she handles it so gracefully, and she's just a great human. So I'm just excited to be a part of something like that. And she passes the ball, which I enjoy.
I just think the way that you approach that, and I've heard you multiple times compliment that 2024 rookie class.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about how you feel the game has evolved. We saw a lot of eyes on the W in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
We saw even more eyes on the W last year. This momentum, yes, that rookie class is a part of it, not the only piece of it. But just about the evolution, because you've been a part of it from.
Yeah. It's a fun time to be a part of the W, honestly. Like, I think that rookie class that everyone's talking about is, and I understand both sides of it. And I've said this in other interviews too, where it's like, there's been trailblazers that they didn't get paid what they got paid, or they didn't have the attention, but the talent has always been there. And so I think that is kind of where the miseducation with a lot of new fans kind of happened, that like, oh, she's the GOAT already. And it's like, actually, she'll probably be that one day, but right now, maybe not. But the attention she's bringing is exactly what everyone should want. Like, you were a trailblazer for this to happen. So it was a matter of time of who. And so I'm for it. I think that class, not only her, but you have Cameron Brink, you have Angel Reese, really those three, they just have a lot of eyes and a lot of followers. And to me, it's kind of like, duh, because when you put women's sports on TV, people watch.
Thank you.
And so that is like my biggest thing. And it's not, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I think it's pretty simple. And I think that our world is starting to see that if you do that, people are interested.
Now, what do you think it's going to have to take to just continue that momentum? We did see some things in the offseason spark some more attention.
Yes.
What do you think from a player's perspective?
So I'm a part of our Players Association for the WNBA, and we opted out of our CBA, which is a really, really good thing. And so I'm not allowed to really speak on what we're doing, but there are such good things that are pushing the needle. Like, it's insane. Like, I can't wait for it all to come out. But there's a lot of money in our league right now. And where is it? Like, as players, like, people want to see it. And so we're going to get what we deserve one way or another. And so I think that is us pushing it. And then after that, we'll opt out again and do something different. And so it takes a village. It takes people to support, people like you who want to put women's sports out on your podcast. So it takes a village. It takes everybody.
And I think it's just that consistency. Like you said, like, when the product is seen.
Yes.
It's when people have invested in women's sports, it's never been about investment. We've seen it across different leagues. Yeah. I love that you lean into that.
And you know what's funny about that too is, like, you have men, you have boys, you have people who have never even gone to a basketball game before. And once they come to a WNBA game, they are obsessed, like obsessed. And it's like, you just got to get them in the stands, or you just got to put it on TV. And then I don't know why, but people fall in love with it. And so
it's an amazing product.
It is. I know why. I wasn't going to say that, but you said it.
And then again, like.
So look, when it comes to Sophie, very happy for her accomplishments. I skipped through a little bit of this, but everything from getting drafted to being in the league for 6 years, and now she's in the Midwest with Indiana Fever. Just happy for her, and she made it very clear, like, hey, I was recruiting Caitlin Clark. Of course I did. And she said it, like she said in multiple interviews. I've heard Sophie talk about embracing Caitlin Clark, embracing the rookies, embracing the spotlight, embracing the fans. This is what we've been complaining about. We've been complaining about the eyes, the pay, the viewership, money. ticket sales, jersey sales, things like that. And it's finally here. It's finally here. Now you have a Sophie on the same team with Caitlin Clark. Obviously, she loves Caitlin Clark. That's going to sell whatever you can think of, jerseys. Viewership's going to go crazy. Social media engagements will go crazy. You have Lexi Hall, Sophie, and Caitlin Clark. And you have a bunch more girls on that team who can be in the spotlight. But I'm telling you, Sophie has star energy. She will be a star in Indiana. I'm happy for her. I think things are going to click out there. And as she said, things are coming to the WNBA. There's a lot of money in the WNBA right now. And it's not just, it's taking everyone. Obviously, she knows. She's not dumb. She knows Caitlin Clark is the big dog. She knows Caitlin Clark's bringing a lot of the eyes. That's why she wants to go play with Caitlin Clark. She wants to be part of that. Sophie has that star energy. I'm telling you, she has that energy. She could be a superstar. Now her time is here. She will become a superstar in Indiana next to Caitlin Clark. Trust me. Trust me. So I'm just happy for her. And as stated, Cam Brinks, Angel Reese, things like that, whatever the case is, those girls have their own fan base. And it's just, and the question was, how do we keep that momentum going? Well, there's some things coming to the WNBA, but at the same time, other girls have to work on your fan base as well. Bring viewers to the league, to the product, as they would say. Bring the views and the viewership to the product. Put it on the TV, put it in front of their face, and they'll watch. That's what Sophie's saying, right? So I think for some of these girls, they got to learn to be more marketable. I see a lot of them now. They're starting to be on social media a little bit more, things like that. Okay. But at the same time, you got to be able to play. You got to be able to play basketball. You got to have something about you that's exciting. Sophie, she's exciting. She's going to rar up the crowd. She's going to be that defensive player. Lexi Hall, she's exciting. She's going to give you that three-pointer in a crazy moment and go on a streak and then play some crazy defense and dive on the floor. Caitlin Clark, she's going to shoot a logo three, make crazy passes, be hyped up, give attitudes and this and to the refs and sometimes not agree. That's what people want to see. They want to see things. They want to see things happen, headlines, good basketball. They want to see things they don't see on a daily basis. So I think where the WNBA is going, I keep saying it, I think it's trending upwards. I think if they continue to just branch together and play good basketball and not trying to shit on the league, we're talking about Unrivaled and what Unrivaled does best and what they do better than WNBA. And WNBA is still the big dog. And as Sophie said, there's a lot of changes coming. So I'm just excited. I would love to know what she's talking about. Obviously, she can't speak on it, but just know that changes are coming to the WNBA. And I'm telling you now, you got the Caitlin Clark, you got some of the other rookies, you got some of the girls in college coming out. We know these names. We know of these girls. It's starting to become more and more and more. As she said, girls are her podcast. I talk about it a lot. There's a lot of guys out there, man. Shout out to my other colleagues in the space of WNBA. Just to name a few, we could talk about my dog Mix. We could talk about Ben Daniel. We could talk about the Pope. I know a lot of you guys not messing with my dog John. Rachel. There's a lot of people who speak on the W, and now it's becoming more and more and more. And you definitely starting to see a trend. And now it's going to be, you got ex-NBA players talking about it. I just did a reaction earlier with Michael, and, NBA legends talking about Caitlin Clark. And now you can start to see, before it was like, oh, we're not talking about the women's game. Now it's like, okay, the women's game, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Cam Brinks. Okay, me personally, I love Rickea Jackson as a rookie, and Cam Brinks and Caitlin Clark, obviously. Angel Reese is up there. There's a couple. I love Camila. I love all the rookies. Aaliyah Edwards. I think they're all good. They're all good. It's all a good product. They all have somewhat of a name to each other, to themselves, to where their fan base, or where I can say that, and people are like, oh, I know Rakia. Yeah, I watched Rakia. Oh, Camila, the big girl, yeah, with the red hair, yeah, Camila Cordoso out of South Carolina, yeah, I know who that is. Oh, Aaliyah Boston, yeah, oh, woo, woo. Yeah. So now, before 3 years ago, I say any of these names, they're gonna look at me like I'm dumb. But now, the more and more and more we keep talking about it and pushing the product, push the product. And obviously, man, the number one is Caitlin Clark. And it's up to the big, like, Nike should have been had a Caitlin Clark shoe out. Nike should have been, like, a long time ago. WNBA should be popping Caitlin Clark on every poster. Every poster should be Caitlin Clark. It's not about who's getting it. It's about when we get there. Get there first. If you got the product in front of you, get there. Get there. Don't mix it in. No. Double down. Go. Don't wait. Get to it now. Push now. The time is now. So look, man, that's really all I got. I was gonna get into some like motivational type yapping, but we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. You know what? Let's see if there's more on the pod.
Like, we saw something this offseason spark amazing attention, unrivaled. Yes. So this 5-on-5 league, 8 weeks. Talk to us about that. Is that something, obviously you were injured. Yeah. And so an offseason for you was very different. Yes. Is that something you'd be interested in? Yeah. You see benefits.
Yeah, 1,000%. I think that just the more eyes and the more that people get to learn and care about the people who are playing in the leagues, then they're followers, and then they want to know what we're all doing. And so I did get asked to be a part of it.
Okay.
I respectfully declined it, just because I also do broadcasting for the Sun.
Right.
And so the money situation, I'm making more doing broadcasting than that right now.
And that is the piece right there, I think, Sophie, of women's sports.
Yeah.
Is you are balancing and this salary versus that salary. And I think that is very relevant to bring up.
Yep.
And we didn't even chat about analyst role, which I think is incredible. Yeah. But continue. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good. Because I just think, it's all about opportunity, right? And I think not just only myself, but a lot of us women are actually getting our foot in the door with broadcasting. Like, I know